Hi, I'm Frank Fox, and thanks for stopping by my Kickstarter project, the Boost Mini. This is a benchtop power supply that takes two AA batteries and is able to output 5 volts of power. And it works great on a variety of projects, microcontrollers like the Arduino, or I've used it on several ATtinies. Also, it is very handy for other types of small electronic projects. We're boosting up the voltage to 5 volts. We're able to do the job of like a 7805 voltage regulator, which would normally take a 9 volt and drop the voltage down. That's not as efficient. You're going to waste a lot of energy as heat. This is a much more efficient process, and with the lower cost of the AA batteries, you're going to save money using this instead of the 7805 voltage regulator. So it's a pretty nice project. I hope you like it. I've had a lot of fun with this here at the house, and I've come up with several variations on the same main concept, as well as a couple of projects that take it to another level where you're actually doing something with the power supply and not just trying to develop something on your own. Okay, we're going to stop and take a closer look at what is the Boost Mini and see how it was designed and how you can use it. Thanks. The latest version is this right here. This Boost Mini has a few extra features. It's got a nice slide switch. It's got some surge capacitors to allow the voltage to and the current to stay a little more uniform. We've added PTC resettable fuse. This is mostly to protect your circuit from overcurrent, and the IC actually that comes with the Boost Mini has its own internal protection, and it has a couple of options that you can either attach the screw terminal here at this position or on the side, as well as the same option as the prongs at one end or on the side, so that you can either plug it into your board this way where it would stick out but take least space, or you could plug it in on the side and make it a little more stable but a little more compact configuration. So these are some options that I've built into the design now that I'm offering it through the Kickstarter. And in addition to that, the original Boost Mini was quite simple. There's only a half dozen components on it. They're all surface mounted. So it made a great project for people wanting to learn how to solder surface mounted components. So we developed the Boost Micro. That's smaller than our Boost Mini, and it has the same small number of components as the original Boost Mini, and it's easier to work with because it has fewer components. So it's a very simple challenge for those who want to learn how to solder surface mounted parts, and so it makes a great kit for that kind of a use. All of these make great kits for home soldering. And then on top of that, we added a new configuration. This is what I'm calling the new configuration is the Boost Mini USB. And what it is a USB added to the Boost Mini board, so that you get your 5 volts of power through a USB port. And the reason I built this was because of another Kickstarter campaign called the DigiSpark, which was an Arduino clone, so to speak, that got its power from the USB port. So therefore I had made my own power supply to go with the DigiSpark. So to give you an example of this thing in operation, we'll plug in the marquee board, and after a couple seconds of startup time, the marquee starts running. So I thought that was pretty slick, and so I've taken that design and we've refined it a little bit. We have a more of a dedicated board that has the USB port on it. It's actually shaped to fit better in the Altoids tin, and it's going to come with a battery pack. Of course, you'll have to supply the batteries, and then a switch. We'll be supplying a surface-mounted switch, but then it'll be easy if you want to do another kind of mounting to switch out to whatever kind of switch you would prefer. So this one works the same way. It's a little more aesthetically pleasing than the original prototype version. So that's the three main types of projects. We've got the mini USB, the Boost Mini itself, and then the Boost Micro. So these three circuits make up the project, the basic project, and the heart. They all have the same IC that is converting the power from one voltage to another. It's very efficient. I've done some testing. I've got a YouTube video already posted on it to show that compared to the standard 7805 voltage regulator, this is going to be about 75 to 90% efficient, depending on what your load is, while the 7805 is going to be more in the 40 to 60% efficient. So as a cost per watt, with the lower cost of AA batteries over 9-volt batteries, this is also very cost effective to run this circuit for your projects as well. So of course the question is, well, nice, but I'd like a circuit that did a little more than just powered my breadboard. So we've added a new project. This is a Boost Duino. Basically, it's a bare bones Arduino project with, in this example, the boost circuit surface mounted on the back side of the board. Now, the production version, it'll all probably be on one side. Since this is a home fabrication, I had to be a little more challenged in how I did the routing of all the wires. So it requires an external adapter to plug into the USB, and aside from that, it's pretty straightforward. You just plug in the batteries, solder up the kit, or if you want to buy it pre-fabricated, we can do that too, and then connect your USB, and you're ready to program. So this is just a bare bones Arduino kit, but again, if you want to have it as a practice kit for soldering, it's a nice project. If you do have well, this will come with the Arduino, so you won't need to do what I did, and that is find a place for your existing bare bones Arduino. Okay, here's another idea that we had, and that is the boost circuit is very flexible, and it doesn't have to operate at 5 volts output, and it doesn't have to operate at 3 volts input. This is another configuration that is designed to output 3.3 volts and run off of a single AA battery, or approximately 1.5 volts input. So we're going to offer a version of the Boost Mini that is going to be sold with the all 3 circuit boards. The Boost Micro and the Boost Mini itself would be 3.3 versions. Of course, the Boost USB, to be a USB device, is going to remain as a 5 volt, even in the 3.3 kit. So Now with the 3.3 volt option, it's very easy to power most of our common LEDs that we might have. White, blue, orange, can pretty much all run with at least 3.3 volts. So this circuit here is going to be incorporated into a single breadboard, but it's the Boost Mini night light. So this circuit has a photo sensor right here, and when the light goes out, the LED lights up. So kind of a nifty little application for this boost circuit using the lower voltage. So the Boost Mini Nightlight and the Boost Mini Arduino are going to be offered as a kit, a combination kit with all these circuit boards for those people who want to do a little bit bigger project and really get some practice at fabricating all the different circuits. So I'm excited about all of these. They're all pretty fun to work with, and I hope we've got your interest in this project. You know, we've got from very small to very large, and it does a really good job of outputting the voltage that you require, whether it's 3.3 volts or 5 volts. The circuit is really flexible, and I hope that when you get it, you have a chance to come up with your own ideas. And thanks again for stopping to see our project.